Hi, welcome to Tech Ranch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. SQL tutorial, structured query language. Today, in this video, we will cover chapter 5, where we will be learning about sequences. So what is sequences? The quickest way to retrieve data from a table is to have a column in the table whose data uniquely identifies a row. By using this column and a specific value in the where condition of a select sentence or statement, the Oracle engine will be able to identify and retrieve the row the fastest. To achieve this, a constraint is attached to a specific column in the table that ensures that the column is never left empty and the data values in the column are unique. Since human beings do data entry, it is quite possible and likely that a duplicate value could be entered, which violate this constraint and the entire row is rejected. So if the value entered into this column is computer generated, it will always fulfill the unique constraints and the row will always be accepted for storage. So that's where the sequence comes. Oracle provides an object that is called a sequence that can generate numeric values. So sequence is an Oracle object that can generate numeric values automatically. Sequence is an independent object and can be used with any table that requires its output. This is the syntax: create sequence, sequence name, increment it by some values, start with some values, maximum value, no max value, minimum value, no minimum value, cycle, no cycle, cache, no cache, order, no order. We'll learn about these keywords in detail later. But just to take a look at the syntax, this is how we create a sequence. Create sequence, this is an example how you can write it down. A sequence name and increment it by 1, start with 1, max value, some limit, minimum value, some limit, cycle, order, cache, something like that. So just like in Oracle object, other objects, we can use the sequences to insert some values and perform some operation on the table. But there are always some rules to follow and some limitations with sequences, along with some advantage. As we discussed, the sequences are very automatically generated values which are uniquely defined in a table and can be used to any table. They are mostly used in a commercialized application where we have a large amount of database and we need to maintain the data in a unique way, and doesn't want to have any duplication. There we use sequences. Let's learn about parameters of sequences syntax, which we learned in the last one. First thing is increment by. Increment by keyword specify the interval between sequence numbers. It can be positive or negative but cannot be 0, and default value will be 1. Minimum value and no minimum value. Specify a minimum value of 1 for an ascending sequence. So specify the sequence of minimum value, and if you don't want to mention any minimum value, you can mention it no minimum value. Max value and no max value. Similarly, we have a limitation. Sequence has a limit that you can decide, the user can decide. So specify the maximum value that sequence can generate. Specify a maximum of this can be the maximum range for an ascending sequence, that is the limit of sequence for inserting the values, and -1 will be for the minimum descending sequence, that is a default clause. Start with, specify the first sequence number to be generated. The default for an ascending sequence is the sequence minimum value 1, and for descending will be -1 sequence number to be generated. It's like when you create an account, your first account ID will be stored in a database with some values, random some values, which is starting with 1, then followed by 2, or any intervals. You can specify even the interval. You can have by 2 interval, like 2, then 4, then 6, then 8. Any interval, specific interval you can decide for your data, along with some limitations. Cycle, no cycle. Specify the sequence continue to generate the repeat values after reaching either restrictions or some constraint that we reach the limitation, now we cannot enter it, so you can reset it or you can put it in a cycle mode. Cache, no cache. This will specify how many values Oracle pre-allocate and keep it in memory for faster access. For no cache, values of a sequence are not pre-allocated in a memory. So just to maintain the memory allocation and to have an efficient memory management, we can provide cache. Order and no order. This specifies the sequence numbers are generated in the order of request, which is only required for parallel server option configuration. No order and order is like ascending order or descending order, that for parallel server option configuration. So this is all about the parameters of sequences, how we defined. Let's take a look in the demonstration of sequence. Here what I'm going to make a table A which has column A, column B, column C, where column A will be my auto-generated values. I'm not going to insert separately. I'll define it in a sequence. But you can see it's like R, W, L, I and number 10, where I am making it in a 10 intervals along with some string. So if you see this sequence, example sequence incremented by 10, start with 10, max value this, minimum value 10, cycle, cache, order. While creating a table, I'm just having a small structure of table, regular structure. Column A variable character type, column B variable character type, column C variable character type. While inserting the value, I'm putting it in RWLI, concatenate with the sequence and reference with the next value. So this will get the value sequence dot next val. That's the thing which we have to remember while using the output of the sequence. So let's try it in the coding and see how it goes. See, so here I am in my run SQL command prompt, and first thing first, I'm going to create my sequence. Create sequence. I'm going to give an example name, sequence example, incremented by 10, start with 10, and this will be my interval. Max value will be some random values, the greatest. Minimum value will be 10 because I'm starting with the 10. I want to have a cycle so that I don't have to repeat and reset again, although you can reset also. And let's put the order. Let's put it in order. My sequence is created. Next step, I'm going to create a table. Table P. Column A, varchar type 10. Column B, varchar type 10 size. Column C, varchar type again 10 size. My table is created. Now it's time to put the values. So you can see here it will make the difference. My table P, it's case sensitive, so sometimes you have to make sure you're putting lowercase and uppercase. insert value. While inserting value, I'm going to have a concatenation. So here, if you see RLW 10 and this is also 10. So in one transaction it's accepting 10. And if I'll run this again, this time it will be 20. And this will be 30. See? So this is how sequence is executed. You can reset the sequence value, you can drop it, you can alter it. All you have to use alter table. Like alter table, you have to use alter sequence. So this is, or you can drop sequence. So this is all about the demonstration of important facts. Sequence can be altered, but start value cannot be changed using alter sequence. You cannot change the start value because the sequence is already created. But you can reset the sequence definition using alter sequence. Sequence can be dropped using drop sequence. That's what we saw in the demonstration. Referencing a sequence value using sequence name.current value or sequence name.next val. That's what we saw in the inserting the values in the table using sequence. Sequence values are always uniquely defined since it is incremented by every transaction, so it will be uniquely defined. And these sequence, once you create that sequence, you can use it in other tables, any table. Sequence can be reset whenever it is being needed by changing start with value using alter sequence. Commercial application development, that's where the sequences are mostly used to concatenate a sequence generated value with user entered value. That's how we have an order ID or account ID by concatenating with string. Let's get back to some homework. A practice project. It is good to have some practice to work and understand the concept. So we have a table here, master bank. This time we have a project about bank. This table, master bank, has account ID, customer name and balance column. Account ID and customer name is a variable character type and balance is number type. What you have to do is, first you have to create a sequence by sequence 1 for account ID column. We are going to use inserting the values in the master bank using sequence in the account ID column. Create a table master bank with account ID, customer name and balance as columns. Insert values where account ID is inserted via sequence using concatenation. You have to remember you are going to concatenate the values with specific intervals. As I mentioned here, customer 1, then interval of 2, then it is 3, customer 3. So this way you have to maintain the intervals. Display table master bank and try to change sequence with random intervals and make it in a different unique account ID. For more resource assistance and questions, please contact techranch2019@gmail.com. So far we have completed SQL statement, constraints, grouping data, views and sequences. We are going to cover join subqueries and some interview tips in next few upcoming videos. So subscribe to the channel and thank you so much for watching this video. Let's make coding fun.